Welcome to Nirvana. Samsara, Nirvana, same thing. It's just attachment or non-attachment. Are you the thinker or are you the watcher? The observer without any judgments, just seeing the perfection of life happening. The truth is that everyone is Buddha, everyone is Krishna, everyone is God, and there's nothing being like, oh, you don't have your individuality. It's more like, you have your individuality, please respect everyone as the beautiful spirits of light that they are, instead of judging everyone and looking for people's flaws and thinking unpure thoughts about other people, because there is no others. We all share one consciousness. I am source itself in the flesh, and so are you, and that doesn't make one more source or one less source. It just, do you remember or do you not remember who you are? It's really simple, and I'm not speaking about who you are as a thought construct or who you are what people told you, because if people told you who you are, I'm Rob, and maybe I'm a human, and I'm 25 years old and I got this and this family. But the truth is, I'm timeless, I'm consciousness, I'm Shiva, Krishna, Jesus. All of the gods are the one and the same. There's only one God, there's only one. And the truth is, when you liberate yourself, it's not that you completely die. You zero out and you destroy your identity as an individual self, as a separate self from the all. And that doesn't mean that you don't have the separate self. That means you burn it in the fire to be able to live completely here and now, in this moment, to leave your mind alone, no attachments to any thought constructs. They just come and go as the birds are singing in the sky. And then you will just feel what you are. It will come naturally. And when you zero out your identification with you as a thought construct, because it's only a thought construct that's a limited self, a separate self in separation. When that's gone, what's left? It's everything that is. It's the birds, it's the wind, it's the sky, it's the sun, it's the moon, it's the stars. It's the all. It's God. And the difference between like Buddhism and Hinduism or Christianity is, for example, Buddhism, they teach you how to just detach from your mind to see what is, without saying God exists, without saying it's like this or it's like that. They have a formula how to detach from the mind. And once you detach from the mind, you will experience timelessness, and then you will know, you can basically become omnipresent. You can know anything, anywhere, because you are already everywhere, and time is not real. So you can basically walk through multidimensional realities, even with your flesh. Like, there's no limits to what's possible. Anything is possible. The limit is you. The limit is the limited self. And that doesn't mean I'm constantly flying around dimensions, but if you were to sit down in a dark room, for example, for like 3 or 4 days, then your pineal gland that would normally produce like melatonin for sleep, and like 5-MeO-DMT when you dream, and then when you wake up and you see the light, like the sun and stuff like that, then your pineal gland helps produce serotonin and stuff in your brain. So basically, if you in darkness for a long time, and then your body doesn't see the light, there's no light coming when the day is supposed to come, and then do that in a few days in a row, then your body or your pineal glands gets too much melatonin to handle. It can handle maybe 45 milligrams of melatonin or something. You can research the science. This has all been like proven now in dark meditation. The Taoists did it all the time. And after like 3 or 4 days, you'll have so much melatonin, and it's not being produced into serotonin when the light comes. So instead, it just becomes 5-MeO-DMT, and all of a sudden, you're walking through your Akashic records, you're walking through time, you're seeing the past and the future happen at the same time, because time is not real. And you can achieve this with LSD, DMT, breathing, mushrooms. All is the same. You can even achieve it with cannabis and some meditation, like Soma is what they called it in India for a while. In Egypt they called it Homa. And it's basic. What?
In Canada, when
You can say what you want to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say with soma is like internal soma, like you said about breath
Yeah.
and darkness, and there's external soma, which is like the LSD or the mushrooms which you take inside you.
Yeah, and you become immortal and you realize that you're an immortal God and you're a part of the all and you're an individualized God, and I don't want to sit in full lotus anymore. Anyway, but when you, even if you take external soma or you breathe to soma activation, like full DMT pineal gland expansion, like timeless, once you're in source, once you're in timeless consciousness, it didn't matter if you consumed external soma or internal soma, because once you get to oneness in source, there is no inner or outer. That's a myth. Everything you look at is you, it's your consciousness. This is me, this is me. This doesn't exist without consciousness. Everything you look at and consume is you. So it's like, if you consume an external soma or internal soma, if you get to source, source doesn't judge. Source is unconditional love for everything, everywhere, and everyone, always. That's why even the world has turned to the Kali Yuga, and why the ego gets to go wild and some people get to suffer, because source doesn't judge, it loves everything. But also, source doesn't like dislike people that are not connected to source, but people that are connected to source just naturally attract more of blessings, because you're in unconditional love, and what you give out is what comes back. So when you're in source consciousness, God consciousness, Krishna consciousness, in the void, in nothing, the Godhead, there's so many words for it, and it's basically all the same thing. It's an infinite intelligence that created us and is living with us in every step.
Your phone's temperature's too hot right now.